So the topic today is about important nerves and vessels of forearm. So in this lecture, the competencies we will learn are two nerves and two arteries of forearm. The nerves are anterior interosseous nerve and posterior interosseous nerve. The arteries are radial artery and ulnar artery. We will start with anterior interosseous nerve. Anterior interosseous nerve arises from median nerve. After the median nerve courses and emerges out between two heads of pronator teres, it originates from radial aspect of median nerve 5 to 8 centimeters distal to lateral epicondyle. Course of the anterior interosseous artery. First, it runs beneath the fibrous arch of flexor digitorum superficialis. It then enters the belly of flexor digitorum profundus muscle. Subsequently, it runs distally on the olar surface of interosseous membrane. The muscle supplied by anterior interosseous nerve. 4 centimeters distal to its origin, it supplies muscles flexor pollicis longus, flexor digitorum profundus. Then it passes deep to pronator quadratus and supplies it. Afterwards, it becomes sensory and supplies carpal joints. Posterior interosseous nerve. It is the deep branch of radial nerve. The radial nerve terminates in front of elbow as deep and superficial branches. The posterior interosseous nerve reaches back of forearm by passing round the lateral aspect of radius. Here it courses between the two heads of supinator muscle. Branches. It gives two branches before it courses through the supinator. They are nerve to extensor carpi radialis brevis and supinator. Again, while passing through the two heads of supinator, it supplies an additional branch to supinator muscle. Further branches, after emerging from supinator muscle, it gives 3 short nerves and 2 long nerves. The short nerve supplies extensor digitorum, extensor digiti minimi, and extensor carpi ulnaris. The other branches, that is long branches, are lateral and medial. The medial branch supplies extensor pollicis longus and extensor indicis. Lateral branch supplies abductor pollicis and extensor pollicis brevis. The course of posterior interosseous nerve in the forearm. At first, the nerve is in between superficial and deep groups of extensor muscles. Then it enters deep into extensor pollicis longus muscle. After emerging, it runs on the posterior surface of interosseous membrane to reach the dorsum of carpus. So, in conclusion, it gives articular branches in the carpus. The nerve injury of posterior interosseous nerve leads to wrist drop, fracture of head, neck or shaft of radius, or common causes of nerve lesion. Then we come to arteries. First we will start with radial artery. It is the smaller branch of brachial artery. The radial artery arises opposite neck of radius as the direct continuation of radial artery, brachial artery. In the proximal part, it is overlapped by brachioradialis muscle. In the middle part, it is accompanied by superficial radial nerve. In the distal part, it is superficial and anterior to distal radius and pronator quadratus. The radial artery lies in between the tendons of brachioradialis and flexor carpi radialis. On reaching lower end of forearm, it enters palm and anastomosis with the deep branch of ulnar artery to form deep palmar arch. Applied anatomy of radial artery. The radial artery is becoming popular as a site for coronary procedures. As an alternative to femoral artery, it is also being used as graft for coronary bypass surgery and also being used for renal dialysis. And it is also being used as forearm flap for cosmetic surgeries. All these are possible when there is rich collateral circulation in the hand. Ulnar artery. Ulnar artery arises in the cubital fossa near the head of the radius. This artery is larger than radial artery. It passes deep to pronator teres muscle. It runs obliquely to reach the medial side of forearm. It runs downwards up to the wrist between the muscles flexor carpi ulnaris and flexor digitorum profundus. Ulnar artery branches. It enters hand by passing anterior to flexor retinaculum. It divides into superficial and deep branches. The branches contribute in the formation of superficial and deep palmar arches. Thank you.